Good morning and welcome to this channel once again. A few days ago, the president declared a state of emergency in Rivers State following an intractable political discord between the previous governor of Rivers State, the niggling Nyesom Wike, and his handpicked successor, Sim Fubara. This discord has gone on from just about when the incumbent Fubara took office till now. Frankly speaking, I have not really taken a keen interest in the imbroglio before this time because I'm a die-hard opponent of Godfather politics. I've often repeated that these politicians don't ever learn, always seeking and installing stooges they want to control at the expiration of their tenures, who always turn around and betray them, as they should, because no politician should try to extend their tenure limits by any kind of proxy. Why not just leave when your tenure expires? No chief executive of a state will ever be completely subservient to a predecessor, Godfather or not, with the exception of Lagos State over the last 17 years, of course. But that's conversation for another day. And so the discord between Nyesom Wike and his offspring Fubara didn't represent much of an interest to me, heated and escalated as it got, until it got to the point where the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has had to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State and suspended the duly elected state governor and all the members of the elected assembly. But the president left a lot of unanswered questions with this state of emergency declaration. First, has the situation in Rivers State degenerated enough to call for a state of emergency? Second, President Tinubu could have more easily reined in his talk if he actually had the interest state of Rivers State. He could have reined in his talk, Minister Wike, over the cause of the protracted crisis and ended the discourse a long time ago, but did not, because, like Wike, the president is an advocate of thuggery and godfatherism. Birds of the same feather flock together. Indeed, Bola Tinubu is the only one who has perfected and benefited from the malaise of godfatherism sufficiently enough to become president. Otherwise, why didn't President Tinubu control Wike all this while and prevent the escalation? But even more than that, does the Constitution empower President Tinubu to suspend a governor and an assembly with a mandate just like his own, given by the electorate? What audacity, what brazen incredulity and outright overreach for President Tinubu to believe that his own mandate supersedes and is above other elected officers of the Republic, a state governor no less. What mendacity! But the incredulity does not stop there. Recall that when President Jonathan declared a state of emergency in far more volatile and deserving circumstances, the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in one of the most marveling acts of double standard, like in everything else he does, came down very hard on then President Jonathan. One will ask Tinubu, what has changed to allow him to declare a state of emergency in far less deserving circumstances? And not just that, but to add the insult to injury of suspending a governor and other duly elected officers. What has changed except the fact that Tinubu is now president and feels he is above the law and has been conferred with the right of impunity and overreach for that reason? But no less, the National Assembly, headed by Godswill Akpabio, no less, has quickly rubber-stamped and given false credulity to the state of emergency charade. Of course, what did we expect? I have often said that one of the imperfections of democracy is its assumption that everyone has integrity and will act within the boundary of its idealism and civility. It assumes the utopia of an enlightened populace, the existence of a perfectly molded society. Democracy reckons without the existence of high-level ignorance and of the unscrupulous elements and desperate ambition that stand in the way of the integrity of the vision and perfect society concept of its birthing and existence. And so, opportunities like Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nyesom Wike, and Godswill Akpabio, the three dramatis personae, call them the three musketeers in this event, take advantage of every loophole and opportunity that the ignorance and helplessness of society offers them to act with brazen impunity. And when such unscrupulous elements gang up in a mastermind group of callous actors, as they obviously have, the above is what you get. The aftermath of the mastermind of evil, as seen in Wike, Akpabio, Tinubu, and others ganging up together, is the reign of terror and onslaught on the nation that Nigeria is currently experiencing in two of the major events happening concurrently right now in the country. Nigerians, we need to open our eyes. We need to open our eyes. We need to wake up from our slumber and stand up to these people. On election day, we have a voter's card, and that's our power. And we must enlighten ourselves enough to use it. And that is why I speak. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, do so right now. Like this video and put on your notifications so you can see as soon as our video drops, so that we can continue to enlighten ourselves and arm ourselves with wonderful wisdom for critical decision making, especially on election day, because that's when it all begins. Thank you, and God bless you.